where does the fascinating aura of the strong come from? In the interaction between people, what really attracts people is not the external gorgeousness and skills, but a strong aura from the heart. How does this aura come from? It is a comprehensive reflection of mentality, cognition, and action, and a deep understanding of self and only those who are truly strong can exude this kind of charm that cannot be ignored. They do not deliberately please others, nor do they force others, but focus on their own growth and change, attracting people of the same frequency to approach. Only by understanding human nature can you gain a foothold deep in everyone's heart. There is a desire to move forward, which is an instinct in human nature. Whether strong or weak, they are constantly pursuing higher goals driven by instinct. However, the complexity and contradiction of human nature also dooms the relationship between people to not always be harmonious and beautiful. When facing others, the most important thing is not to have too many expectations of others. The strong are well aware of this truth. They respect the world, but they do not have illusions. They understand the arrogance, jealousy, and greed in human nature, and accept the existence of these shortcomings, instead of blindly denying or confronting them. When you truly understand human nature, you will understand that strength is only relative. In different circles and perspectives, the strong have different definitions. No matter how powerful a person you meet, remember that there are mountains beyond mountains, people beyond people, and there are stronger people above the strong. Jealousy or resentment will only narrow your horizons and blind you to the possibility of discovering a wider world. Understand the rules of the world. The strong are strong and the weak are always weak. The difference between strong and weak is not innately absolute, but the result of long-term accumulation. The reason why the strong are strong is because they pay a price, and the reason why the weak are weak is because they choose comfort. The law of biological reproduction in nature is an excellent metaphor. Weak species, such as ants and flies, rely on numbers to make up for the lack of strength, while lions, elephants, etc., the strong win by wisdom, and their limited numbers stand at the top of the food chain. This balance is both a natural law and a social law. But it should be noted that this does not mean that the weak have no chance. The real strong are not born with everything, but know how to find a way out of a difficult situation. They can face reality with a peaceful mind and find a way out with a positive attitude, instead of complaining about the unfairness of fate. Different perspectives determine the height of life. The fundamental difference between the strong and the weak lies in their beliefs when facing difficulties. The strong believe that relying on themselves is the only way to get through the difficulties, while the weak often hope for the pity or assistance of the outside world. These two kinds of thinking determine different life trajectories. Focus on improving yourself, use the resources in your hands, constantly optimize your abilities, and accumulate more value. Immerse yourself in dependence on the outside world, hoping that others can lend a hand, while ignoring the importance of your own efforts. For the same job, the strong regard it as a platform for growth, use the opportunity to accumulate experience and resources, and prepare for the future, while the weak complain about unfair salaries and bad environment, and can never see their own growth space. The mentality of the strong is to drive themselves by inner strength, while the mentality of the weak is influenced by the external environment. Learn to focus on yourself and stay away from invalid expectations. The truly strong people understand a truth, that only by satisfying their own expectations first can they have the spare energy to fulfill others. This is not selfish, but a reality. The first priority in life is always to fight for the right and freedom of choice for yourself. If you can't even satisfy yourself, how can you fulfill others? Whether you are making money, pursuing dreams, or realizing personal value, the starting point of all this must be your own needs. When you understand this, you will find that the breath of the strong comes from inner determination and autonomy, rather than flattery and compromise with others. On the contrary, those who pin their hopes on others will only make themselves more and more anxious and eventually lose their direction. Cultivate the breath of the strong, and let action lead growth. Becoming a strong person does not mean reaching a certain level of wealth, but adjusting your mentality through continuous actions, and finally shaping a strong inner self, starting from the heart and reshaping yourself. The growth of the strong begins with a deep understanding of oneself, clarifying one's goals and needs, and not being disturbed by external voices. As psychology says, only those with a strong heart can have a stable sense of happiness. Focus on action and constantly adjust the starting point of change when taking action. No matter where you are now, as long as you start to act, there is a possibility of change. Every little progress will enhance your confidence and bring you one step closer to your goal. Attract people with the same frequency and excellent people to walk with you. What kind of person you are will attract what kind of circle. The strong will not waste time in meaningless socializing, but will improve themselves and attract like-minded partners to grow together. Only when you are strong can you achieve excellence. In the face of failure, the strong will not complain about the world, but regard it as nutrients for growth. They understand that the real opponent in life is not others, but their own cowardice and lack of confidence. The aura of the strong is not innate, but is cultivated little by little through understanding the world, improving oneself and strengthening beliefs. This aura is an attitude of being responsible for oneself and a confidence in life full of hope. If you want to have this aura, don't dwell on the evaluation of the outside world. Don't be defeated by short-term setbacks. Put expectations on yourself and prove your value with actions. Only when you become strong will the world open up more possibilities to you. As the saying goes, what kind of person you are, you will have what kind of life. Become a person with the aura of a strong person, and your life will be more exciting because of your changes. Well, today's sharing is here. If you like this video, you can like, subscribe, share, and leave a message.